Everybody, welcome back to another episode of, what is the name of this podcast? SouthGeek News, that's right. I can't, whatever. I'm Donovan.
I'm Ben.
I'm Samuel, I think.
And we picked some dude up at the airport a couple of weeks ago.
Hi, I'm the dude.
He's the dude, Tyler. Okay, what do we want to say? What do we want to talk about? Does anybody want to talk about what they've been doing for the last 2 weeks? Anybody?
If I could remember.
It's classified.
I've got something I've been nerding out about.
Okay.
You
Go for
guys
it.
know I'm an organizational nerd, along with, I'm public about this, so I don't mind saying it. I have epilepsy, and it left me with some brain damage. So I sometimes try to find methods to deal with that, memory-wise and stuff like that. A couple of weeks ago, I was listening to Daily Tech News Show, and one of the co-hosts, Rob Dunwood, did a special with Tom about his second brain. And I went, excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
So there is an organizational method called a second brain that I spent the last week completely diving into. I might as well have started college a week early because that's how I dove into this thing, because I wanted to get it all built and set up before college for reasons that should be obvious if I'm going to put a bunch of stuff into it. But essentially, it runs by a system called the para method, where you put things into folders and categories. It's projects, so all the different projects you're working on, areas, which is sort of ongoing things that you're constantly working on, resources, which are like archives that you keep things in, like I've got my joke file, for instance, that I do on my things. That's one of my resources. So all of my jokes, if you ever want me to pop one out, I can go straight to it. And then there's an archive where you put a bunch of old stuff that isn't really relevant or stuff like that anymore, but you still want it in there for referencing later. Because the whole point of a second brain is you put things into it and then you're able to quickly recall it by searching through it and everything. It is essentially giving yourself a database of information that you put things into that you then don't have to deal with what the heck was that thing that I probably should be remembering? You curate it. You don't throw everything in there and go insane, because then it's ridiculous. But you put things in there that you think will be relevant or you want to keep or stuff like that. You do more highlights of things. There's a whole process. I'm not going to run you through the whole thing. I did the book because I'm too dang broke to do the course. Even though I might have bought a Notion template afterwards, so I might as well have. But I'm not that technical with it, right? So I've been losing my mind the past couple of days, gentlemen, just putting everything in this thing. And it freaking, for me at least, it works. And it's been amazing running through this system and everything. So I am adoring this thing, essentially. But yeah, I'm a person that uses Notion. You can use a bunch of different note-taking things depending on what style. Different people take notes with different styles that they pointed out. Like, I'm an architect. I'm the person that builds the system and has the flow and has all of that stuff. Other people are librarians, where they're like, no, I just want to file things away. Or gardeners, where they sit there and think about the flow of everything that's going on. You know, there's these different people that have different styles. And it's like, depending on what kind you are, that's probably the kind of note-taking app you want to use. So hilariously, I ended up being an architect and went, I didn't have to change a dang thing because I was already using Notion for the exact things that he called me out loud on. But yeah, all in all, look it up. I could totally do a thing on here at some point if you guys want to. But yeah, building a second brain. It's by a guy named Tiago Forte. And it's wild. It's just the idea of, if you have memory problems like I do and stuff like that, and there's different reasons to build a second brain, but in my case, it really is the memory problems. And I have been working this week, because college came back, on a flow of putting things into my second brain college-wise. it's the best organizational system I've ever used. For
So
that stuff.
what you're saying is this could be your forte.
It could be. And you didn't give yourself the rim shot, even though you have the dang button yourself. What's wrong with you? There we go.
We need a little.
Man has his own rim shot, doesn't use it.
I know.
We need a little, like, each of us needs a little stream deck so we can all just use the same sound effects.
Can you interface a Stream Deck to this thing?
Probably not.
I don't know. I've never seen one. I have to look into that. Of course, I can't afford a Stream Deck. So
We'll have to bring our own.
They make the little mini ones.
yeah, that's true.
Does it have an attenuator for your own volume?
No, it's got buttons.
Yes. A whole bunch of buttons. I'm literally staring at one right now.
Yeah,
They did make a Stream Deck that has knobs, though. So maybe.
that's the bigger one, I think.
Yeah, that's the bigger one.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last time I looked at a Stream Deck, I think the Stream Deck itself was like the regular one that they first came out with. I think like the one you have, Sam, wasn't it close to like $200 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
No, not that expensive.
When it was brand new, I think it was 200.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get it when it was brand new. So
I got an advertisement for the Stream Deck module. Apparently, they have some module you can integrate into other things now, and it's like the large Stream Deck, but without like the stand and all the other stuff.
If I did more streaming, like with OBS, then I probably could see the use case for it.
Or even just live production.
Or even live production. But I don't know, if I'm going that route, I'm probably going to go to actually like a video switcher or something, and along with the video switcher. I don't understand. Rode makes a video switcher. Okay, Black Magic makes video switching equipment, of course. I don't know what Rode is smoking, but their video switcher starts at $1,200 when I can get a basic video switcher from Black Magic for like $150.
They probably do different things.
They basically do the same thing, except even the one that would be, I think, comparable to the one Rode makes, it's still not $1,200. It's crazy. I looked at that and went, I'll never have that. But of course, I don't have all of the cameras that it would need anyway. So, yeah, one of these days, we may have to do a deep dive into the second brain thing, because I really don't understand the application or the use case for it. I mean, I understand it's about organization and what have you, but beyond that, I got to
see it work.
I got to see it work.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I got to see the practical application.
Well, do you have trouble remembering things?
Huh? What?
That sounded like the practical application to me.
I mean, I have a phone for that, and notes app.
Might be the first time SouthGeek does a video something.
Oh yeah, we could do that. All right. So was that all of it, Sam, for right now? Okay.
Essentially.
All right.
I don't want to go too deep. It would take over things. So that was the TLDR version of it, essentially.
Yeah, I prefer that this episode is not 3 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
We're not Joe Rogan.
And yet we didn't think about cutting down on the articles at all.
I did. I did. I went through and actually killed like 3 articles.
Well,
cool.
We have no published agenda, so we don't have to cover them all.
We don't.
Yeah, true.
And 2 of them basically can be covered together because they're essentially the same thing. They talk about the same thing. So, all right. Do you remember what you did in the last 2 weeks?
I remember what I did today.
Okay. What'd you do today?
Fixed a Proxmox node.
That's right. You finally figured out the grub problem?
No, I did the same fix I did last time. I
reload it?
No. Actually booted to a live CD or live drive and rooted into the installation, corrected the problem by running a few commands that GPT gave me. I was serious. I was looking at the
Living dangerously, I see.
Yeah, it's not a production server. I was looking at the last when I went to fix it last time. I just pulled up that conversation again and scrolled and otherwise, I would have just reloaded it. I have no idea what I'm doing in Grub.
Yeah, that's what Google and GPT and everybody else is for.
But it was faster with GPT.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd already looked it up and you had the step by step.
Yeah.
And don't worry. That's like whenever I'm tuning ZFS and Proxmox, there's this one particular website that I go to. It's just like, boom, boom, boom. You're done.
You mean you didn't have ChatGPT regurgitate it for you?
No, I did not. Not that. But I did ask it a bunch of questions today about ButterFS, ZFS, XFS, F2FS, and JFS.
Basically, ignore all of them except ZFS or ButterFS.
Well, I discovered that Open Media Vault does not support ZFS. I was confusing XFS with ZFS.
The letters are near each other, but they aren't even remotely related.
Yeah, I
You
know.
didn't have your glasses on.
No, I didn't. I started to go XFS, but then I realized that it doesn't do mirroring. So I was left with the only thing I could use was Butter.
That's the thing. You can use XFS with a mirror.
Yeah, but I have to create it independently.
Yeah, you just make the mirror and then use whatever file system you want.
Yeah, no.
It's freedom. It's Linux.
I'm not that free. I just went back to Butter. Even though I'd already destroyed the file system, I rebuilt it in Butter again and was like, okay. With it, but then it gave me an opportunity to take the source data that I was copying over and clean up some of it, zip up some of it that they probably will never need, but I wanted it on there anyway. So that's what I did. That's what I did with ChatGPT. And of course, that's the machine right there. It's an i3, what do we say, 4150?
Yeah, that sounds right.
i3 4150. The poor thing only has 2 cores.
2 cores with hyperthreading. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it shows up as 4 cores, but it's technically only 2.
That was back in the day when the i3 got hyperthreading. The i5 didn't get it. The i7 got it.
Yeah. It was weird.
We did learn, though, that that 4th generation i3 with its 56 watt TDP gets absolutely spanked by a Celeron N100 at 6 watts.
Which the N100 is what is in that, running this radio station right here.
I've honestly been impressed by Intel's N100 series. Even the N50, the N5000 series has been pretty good. The N100 has been really good. Kind of makes me wonder what the N200 is going to do.
And Ryzen doesn't make anything that's comparable, or AMD, I should say.
I'm not aware of an AMD equivalent to a Celeron processor.
Okay.
I mean, they have their Ryzen embedded.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a Synology unit. Magnus has that.
Yeah.
It has a Ryzen in it, but it's like an embedded Ryzen.
Mm-hmm.
They don't advertise it to people very much, so I don't know.
Didn't they used to have a line called, well, they had an Athlon line.
Mm-hmm.
They still
didn't
do.
they have Sempron?
Sempron's gone. Like Sempron's long gone. I'm pretty sure.
I think
wasn't it like
I think it was the
between-
Celeron comparative.
it was between like the Pentium and the Celeron.
Something like
some
that.
sort of.
But God, that's been ages.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays the Celeron is more like kind of what the Atom used to be.
Can't remember. I don't know if I've ever had Atom
I know he has.
system with an Atom processor.
I still have some stuff with some old Intel Atoms. They're not very good. We had some NASAs at my old job that actually had some Intel Atoms in there. They made specific like beefed up Atom processors, as weird as that sounds, for embedded applications. So it was like, yeah, it's a little Intel Atom, but it has like all the cryptography features bundled into it. And it's
Mhm.
like you took the cool stuff from a Xeon and put it on a Pebble.
Mhm. Yeah, because I think our first PBX that ran here ran on one of his little Atom machines.
An Intel Atom 330
Yeah, and it
running
was
at 1.6 gigahertz, 1 core hyperthreaded, 2 gigabytes of DDR2.
and it was running asterisk 1.645 somewhere there.
It was 6, then it was 8
Yeah, that's right.
because I had to patch the kernel to upgrade it to 1.8. Good times.
Yeah, it was fun.
I just think a couple of days ago, I finally deleted the admin panel link in my hotbar in my browser for that server.
Because this would have been like 2007, 8?
Built in 8,
Yeah, 2008.
2008, 2009, that kind of area.
Because we all had IP phones here. We had the fiber tie-in between us, Chad, and Walt. And all of our phones would connect to that. And we all had independent phone numbers that would come into the asterisk server and then ring the appropriate IP phones at the different homes.
And if you dialed out, it automatically selected the right extension, the right outbound number, which I had to write some scripting to do because Asterisk couldn't do that by default.
Yeah, this was pre 3CX days.
No, 3CX existed.
This was pre 3CX for us days.
I actually used 3CX before I put together Asterisk. It was back when it was Windows only.
Yeah, Windows only.
And the reason I didn't go with 3CX, because, at the time I was like, 3CX has got a full GUI, it's Windows desktop, it's easy. I didn't use it because you were limited to 6 phones and no trunks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that ain't going to cut it. We ended up with like 30 something extensions, 5 trunks. Like,
we were running an enterprise of phone system, man.
And it all survived on an Intel Atom.
Yep.
Enterprise Lab.
Yep. All right. Well, you got anything you want to share about your last couple of weeks? Well, some of this you can't really share much.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Not that any of it really be interesting.
Okay.
Other than I've been doing a lot of document writing.
I got into IT so that I could write.
You do it more than you might think. It's like, oh, well, you work as a software developer. No, you write documents.
Yeah, you write documents.
Oh, we'll have AI do it. It's garbage. The problem is it lacks all the context. So you're like, oh, write a document for this. It's just kind of like, it doesn't know what the context of anything is. And if I have to sit there and write all the context, I've already spent the time. I could just write it myself.
Yeah, I told Ben that you had some thoughts on our system for doing our articles, but I could not remember what the name of the headless Chrome or whatever was that you had talked about.
Puppeteer, Playwright. There's several options.
Yeah. So maybe you can tell him about that after the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about we do a show? Are we ready to do a show?
Have you pushed record yet?
We've been recording the entire time. God, I hope so.
I mean, I did my intro.
It's like, oh, back it up. We got to start over.
We got to start over.
Rewind the tape.
Okay, so we're starting off strong, something that we all absolutely adore, and that is subscription fees. Yes.
No.
Okay.
Hit the applause button.
No, I'm going to hit the... So Volkswagen, a fantastic German car company. They got themselves in a pickle years ago with diesel vehicles. But anyway, they've decided that they're going to introduce a monthly subscription to increase your car power. Now, this is dealing with their ID3 electric vehicle. And so this new subscription service is in the UK for now, but it's going to allow customers to unlock additional power in certain electric vehicles from the ID3 range. This optional power upgrade comes with, now they got you covered now, flexible payment options. You can either pay $16 or $16.50, 16 pounds, 16.5. I don't know how the hell you say that.
£16.50.
Thank you. Yeah, £16.50 monthly, £165 annually, or one-time fee. Lifetime subscription fee of £649. Now, the one thing that I thought was interesting is the lifetime subscription does stay with the vehicle. So if you sell it, the other person doesn't have to go back to a subscription fee.
That's good at least, because imagine that. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm selling this really beefed up vehicle. Oh, you have to pay another £650.
Yeah, or go to an annual or a monthly subscription fee.
What I'm curious on that one is if it's a one-time unlock that stays with the vehicle forever, does that mean it physically puts like some code in like the ECM? Or does it have to like check home every time? It's like the subscription fee. How do you authorize it? Is it like cellular, something built into the car?
It's got to be over the air, I would imagine.
It's like Microsoft Office checks to make sure you've got a valid license.
I don't need that in my car.
You don't need Excel and Word in your car? Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not calculating spreadsheets with my car.
Well, so they've defended this approach. They're stating, to me, this is a stretch. Stating that it's consistent with historical practices where similar sized engines were offered with different power outputs. They argue this gives customers the flexibility to enhance their driving experience without committing to a higher initial purchase price. That analogy does not work for me, because if I go and if I let's say I order a car, and I get to decide the powertrain, and I'm like, okay, I want the more powerful engine. Well, that's a one and done. But they're trying to say that this is the same analogy that, okay, well, we're giving you this base product, but now if you want a little extra boost, you can pay a little extra more one time, or you can just, I don't know, test it out for 3 or 4 months. And then if you don't want it, you discontinue the subscription. And then suddenly you're going down I-75 going, I mean,
pay for it for 1 month for those drag races in the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when it's canceled, you can go, officer, clearly I didn't have the power to do that.
Yeah, see?
I got receipts.
I
think you in a roundabout way figured out why they're doing this, though, because you saying what you said, Donovan, unlocked something in my head. Like it was the way you worded it and everything. I think they might be saving money on this, and they're just using that as an excuse because they don't have to build multiple engines. They only have to build one.
Well, they're not even building an engine. This is an electric car.
Yeah.
It's a motor.
You know what?
Motor.
Yeah, it's a motor.
It's a motor.
Yeah.
But the analogy is what I'm kind of using. I was sticking to your motor analogy. Sorry. But yeah, essentially, instead of having to build multiple power output things, just got to build one, and then whatever the upgrade is, it's still crummy. I am not defending it. I'm just saying, I think you stumbled on it there.
I mean, if you make a base product and then for a fee, you can add features to it or what have you. I mean, yeah, I get that, but I don't like that in my car.
It reminds me of the whole subscriptions for heated seats. It's like all the vehicles were shipped with heated seats, but you can't use the piece of like hot wire underneath your loins because you didn't pay so that the button works.
Okay, I have a funny because of the way this sentence came out, and it's dealing about that because it's BMW that did that. So they previously offered subscriptions for features like heated seats, and then if you pause and say, and steering wheels.
You have to pay for steering wheels?
You have to pay for steering wheels. So basically, I'm going down the road, and let's say my subscription fee hits and my credit card has expired.
Jesus takes the wheel.
Jesus needs to take the wheel because I no longer have one.
What kind of dystopian hellscape is this if you have to subscribe to get the steering wheel, otherwise it's self-driving?
Oh, God. I mean, I know they meant heated steering wheels as well as heated seats, but Mercedes introduced a subscription service in the U.S. for improved acceleration in their electric vehicles.
You subscribe to go better. Why? Why is that a subscription to accelerate properly?
Oh, God.
Who subscription gates acceleration of your car?
Well, Mercedes, Volkswagen. Consumer sentiment toward subscription-based features appears to be declining. I mean, who knew?
Shocker.
According to S&P Global, the percentage of customers willing to pay for connected services has dropped from 86% in 2024, which I thought that was abnormally high, to 68% in 2025. This trend exists despite the broader subscription economy's projected growth for nearly $1 trillion, that's with a T, by 2028, estimated by Juniper Research.
People are getting tired of having to subscribe for things that are ever increasing in price for less and less quality.
Oh, I agree.
It's like we're paying more than ever for subscriptions and receiving less than ever in return. So we're just sick of it. Like previously you had maybe 3 subscriptions and that was most of your life. Now it's like every little thing in your life has a subscription associated with it. Before long, opening the door to your refrigerator will cost money.
I mean, Marquez has talked about, and I think I think they've even talked about it on GOG, but certain mattress manufacturers, I forget the name of it, but one of them, I mean, the thing itself is pricey. And then there's a subscription.
I know 8 Sleep did that.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking about. A subscription for my bed.
Yeah, because if you didn't pay for the you did not pay for the subscription, you can't use like the features in your app to like control the temperature and everything else of it. It's like, why?
And that bed's already expensive, like $800,000, $900,000.
That's not too bad.
That sounds cheap.
That sounds really cheap.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not paying that kind of money for a mattress.
Like just a a conventional hybrid mattress you can eat like queen size can easily go for $1,500.
Not in Donovan's world, it doesn't.
Like-
that's cheap. That's still cheap.
Yeah, it's still pretty cheap. Like pretty much any of these mattress in a box, they're not cheap.
The one that I sleep on was, I think I've told you, was like $175.
I don't mean the Amazon special.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not an Amazon brand.
Well, no, they don't have Amazon Basic Sleep yet.
I'd buy it.
But as soon as this episode goes out, 2 days later, they will.
Yes.
So we can sue them.
Yeah.
We did it first.
We did it first.
Amazon Essentials Sleep.
No, I've heard of this product called, I want to say it's IntelliBed. I know. I would pass just on the name, but a king size is $10K.
Dang.
That's US dollars.
IntelliBed.
I looked up IntelliBed and I'm seeing some things about IntelliBed mattress, but I don't see a website for it. Oh wait. Oh, they went out of business.
Probably a dip in sales.
I was very confused because the first listing says IntelliBedmattress.com remaining inventory. And I'm like, what? And it just says our remaining IntelliBed inventory as the logo of the website.
I mean,
As of May 2025, there's only a few left.
IntelliBed Gel Matrix.
You can buy the queen size for $3,959. It's on sale.
That's a hot price.
It was $4,400.
No, Donovan cannot buy that. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no. Oh, this is nuts.
Oh, that's the queen size. Queen size, the okay.
I think Sleep Number was roughly that much.
Mm.
I don't even know if they tell you a price. They just tell you how much a month your payment is.
Don't worry. You can save some money with the Harmony. It's currently on sale for $2,609.10.
Well, thank goodness.
I bought that. I'd never sleep.
You'd be worrying about all the credit card debt.
I would be laying awake at night regretting what I'd done.
I mean, I can do that anyway.
All I know is if I spend that kind of money on a mattress, it better treat me like I've just bought $1,000 hooker for the night.
Mattresses don't do that unless, well, this isn't a political
That's
podcast.
cheap. That's a cheap date.
He is your son, isn't he? Oh, no, we got two of them.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm done. I can't. That's it. I'm out.
Don't worry, it's only going to get worse as I get tireder.
All right, let's move on. So, Tyler and I discussed this next article and basically took the piss out of it because of the way they said, upgrading to Windows 11 on an old PC might be easier than you think.
Did they rename the article? Because this isn't the same one.
It's the same. Well, it should be the same article.
Because the previous one was just like, all you need to do is upgrade these components.
Well, it still says basically the same thing in the article.
So it's okay.
So basically what this article says is that it should be easy. All you got to do is just change these two things in a computer and you can run Windows 11 because it says change the motherboard, change the processor.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Totally worth the price.
If you're using Ryzen, you probably don't even have to change out the motherboard. You can just change out the processor depending on, the motherboard. The reason why we basically took the piss out of this is I think we can all agree sitting around this table right here, get a Dell, get any Dell that was made in 2018, 2019, basically any Dell that's been made
Ever.
ever.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No. You know what you can't do? You cannot put a Asus or a Gigabyte or any motherboard that you would buy, like an ATX style motherboard that we would put in an ATX style case.
Yep.
You can't do that in a Dell.
No, you can't do that on pretty much any pre-built.
Yeah.
Any name brand pre-built, which is what most people have. You are absolutely, entirely unable to upgrade those via the motherboard and processor.
Yeah, because they use their own.
All the board designs are proprietary.
Yeah.
Even between SKUs of the same brand. Like you can't switch one Dell motherboard into another Dell computer. Most of them, the standoffs are incompatible. The IO shields are incompatible. They're backwards. They're upside down. Something.
Hell, the power supplies are incompatible.
Half the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can rewire the in ATX to work, but most people aren't going to be doing that.
I'm not writing that article.
Even
ChatGPT would probably say, don't do it.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
it'll give you, it'll have every confidence and walk you through it right off the cliff, but it will,
Yeah,
it will not
exactly.
apologize.
So what it says here is it says, okay, for Intel systems, most PCs older than 8th generation core processors aren't officially supported. Upgrading typically requires both a new processor and motherboard. Cost can range from $200 to $500 for the upgrade, and users can often keep existing RAM if DDR4. Okay.
Well, because think about it, if you go to a brand new motherboard, it'd be DDR5, so your old RAM doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. But a lot of the systems that, unless I'm missing my guess here, a lot of the systems that I'm going to have to retire have DDR3 in them.
Yeah, they're not talking about you.
Yeah, I know.
Which, I mean, once you started reaching around 6th generation Intel, they switched to DDR4.
Yeah, because I have a handful of systems that are like 3rd gen,
Yeah,
4th gen.
those are all DDR3.
Yeah. So they go on to say that for AMD systems, the upgrade path is generally easier and less expensive. Many older AM4 socket motherboards can accept newer Windows 11 compatible processors. Costs are lower since only the processor typically needs replacement. Compatible Ryzen 5000 series processors are still readily available, which is true.
I would even go as far to say that nearly all Ryzen AM4 motherboards support that. BIOS update, do a BIOS update first.
Yeah.
Then it's almost certainly going to support a Ryzen, anything from Ryzen 1000 to Ryzen 5000.
Those 2500 Gs that you were looking at the other day that will not upgrade, are those pre-built?
Yeah.
So you can't change the boards on those, but you
Don't want to. I just want to sell a new computer because every new computer, it does in fact come with a new motherboard.
I know,
Are
right?
you sure?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do it that way, especially when you have 33
Yeah.
to replace.
Also, the other thing is, even if those are Ryzen and they're AM4 and the BIOS supports, because that's the thing, proprietary systems, even if they have an AM4, the BIOS may lock it out.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Especially, I mean, are they Dells?
You have, well, there may be a subscription you can.
Subscribe to your BIOS. You can subscribe to a new CPU.
You primarily use Lenovo, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? It's a grab bag with those. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you can upgrade, you can install Windows 11 on your old computer with this one weird trick. The weird trick is get a new computer.
Yeah,
This
because it'll
is
come with a
so
new motherboard.
just ugh.
Yeah, they're making
Because
it.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
They're making
We're
it
going to
out-
say the same thing.
They're making it out like it's just this small, trivial, insignificant piece of the computer, and you can keep everything else. It's like you're replacing the core of it. It's like, oh, well, I want to convert my car to electric. All you have to do is replace this one thing, the entire engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, only.
Exactly.
I worked for the state one time, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
the,
We're very sorry.
the ladies in the office, they all wanted new computers, and they needed them.
Mm-hmm.
But all they used was a terminal emulator that went to maybe it's like an AS400 system in Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
to process benefits.
Right.
They didn't need more power, so they just bought new monitors. They switched from CRT to LCD
LCD.
monitors. They were perfectly happy.
So they didn't get new computers. They got new monitors.
Something new to look at,
Yeah.
and they were ecstatic about it. They loved it.
Well, don't worry. From what I've learned in my time in the pit, the box that everything plugs into isn't the computer.
Mm-mm.
The screens are the computer. The box is the modem.
Oh, it's the hard drive.
No, everyone, like in my experience, everyone calls it the modem.
Well, you don't have enough experience.
I deal with younger people.
I deal with older people.
And so
It's the hard drive.
they call it the modem. And I'm like, I swear there was one teacher responsible for that, because like it seems like everyone in this area who's like between 25 and 30 years old all calls it the modem. And I'm like, who led you astray?
Yeah. The other day I was dealing with one, and we had a situation where it rebooted and I couldn't get back into it. And this was before they got into the office because I was checking on some stuff. And so they got in the office and I said, send me a picture of what you see on the screen. And what was on the screen was a CPU temp problem. It was too hot. And I said, well, we may have a situation where if the fan is actually still running, it may need to be blown out. And she made some comment about the CPU. Like she referenced there's nothing blocking the fan on the CPU. She was talking about
the case fan.
Yeah. And I said, okay, that's great. But what I'm talking about is there's actually a little fan that sits on top of a heat sink that sits on top of the CPU. So these two things are important.
You still said CPU. You lost her.
Yeah, I did because the whole
little chip.
The whole box
inside
was the CPU for her too.
Like a Dorito?
Yes.
Sure.
Could be
but it needs to stay cool.
Yeah. Well, if the fan's not running, then it's a spicy Dorito.
And see, you have
it needs to remain a Cool Ranch.
You have the different brands. You have Cool Ranch and you have nacho cheese. It's Intel and AMD.
Don't they have a flaming hot one or something?
That's Cheetos.
Oh, that's Cheetos. That's right.
They do have spicy Doritos, but the flaming hot is Cheetos.
Yeah, that's right.
But on this topic, not of food, but of computing equipment, in the industry I work in, with people who have degrees of freedom, have degrees of how to program and software develop and all this other stuff, get through grueling interviews. Most of them can't tell you what a CPU is. And they do not know the difference between a GPU and a CPU. And storage on the computer includes RAM.
Where do I apply?
Online, indeed.
On the Wi-Fi?
You can use the Wi-Fi,
my own
yes.
son refers to networking in general as Wi-Fi.
It's like people who refer to the internet connection as the Wi-Fi, even if it's entirely hardlined.
Well,
yeah,
at least they call it Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi.
This whole conversation goes back to a thing that I have to hit a reboot button on Donovan occasionally whenever it comes to it. And you know what I'm getting ready to say. You guys are trained.
Well, yeah.
We're what?
We're trained. Like monkeys.
This is the thing. You're in the field. You all three work in it. I will step up for the common dumb person. I
have a counter for that, though. My example is people in my industry. They don't know a single thing.
And they're supposed to be trained too.
It gets worse. I work in a field involving networking and firewalls and stuff. Almost none of my coworkers know what a subnet is.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
And these people have degrees.
Seriously, can I get a reference?
This is also a thing that applies to things that aren't technology, though, just in case you guys think you're like the amount of times in like my fields that I've worked in where I've been like, you should know that. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm. We need to develop.
And it's just this is a human error. This is not necessarily just a technology error. Let's put it that way.
We need to develop a new language. Words that we can use so the user will understand without using the wrong terms.
So what would you call a CPU?
The Glutenflagen.
I don't know.
Show title.
I don't know. But just explain
Can't
it.
spell it, but
just
I've had to start using terms like it's the brain.
I actually
that's closer.
Yeah.
Was having to the last couple of days at work, I've been having to write a document and the style guide says avoid jargon. Because this could be read by engineers, executives, customers, CTOs, CEOs.
The general public?
No. Thankfully not.
Donald Trump.
No, he can't read.
That's right.
But it's like about some of our systems, but in a non-technical form without losing clarity.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to strike that balance.
Imagine.
Yep. And so you can't use words like compiler, build system, obfuscation. You can barely use the word script or code.
What do you say for I can't even say the word.
Obfuscation?
Obfuscation.
No, you should just use it.
Code protection system.
Okay.
Well, you should.
Code protection. So it's CPS. Wait a minute. That's Child Protection System. Service. Never mind.
System. But yeah, so you have to use, so you have to like talk around things in more common words that still mean the same thing without losing clarity.
And without going down to 5th grade level. I mean,
target 3rd grade and see where you get.
I mean, if they can't understand it
You got to write it
They
like a
should have
newspaper.
a different job.
See, I can't say anything on the topic, but
yeah.
I have my own opinions on this that are distinctly different than how it works in reality. But I did my job. I wrote stuff. I gave it to the people to then go rearrange in ways that I may not agree with. And well, that's all I had to do.
He did his bit for God and country and moved on.
I don't think I did it for either of those.
Okay. Let's see. Is this one even worth talking about? Let's see. The headline was, "Don't miss the deadline. You need Microsoft's free security update before Windows 10 stops receiving support."
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm starting to really get, it's not here because it just happened in the last 2 days. Have y'all seen the latest Windows 11 update that is
burning out SSDs?
Is burning out SSDs.
It's burning them out.
Like physically breaking them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like when the update goes into your computer, it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just had a call with a client.
Yeah.
She was having to work on a field laptop.
Mhm.
And she was like, I'm just going to blow it away. And it didn't work. They had done an update and it never booted again.
Yeah, supposedly,
And I
if
was
you
wondering
start,
if that was it.
if you
But
start writing large files to the SSD, I think it's SSD and NVMe's, right?
They're both SSDs.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, I think it whether it's a solid state, like what? See, I know the terminology, but I still think of an SSD as
A SATA SSD.
A SATA SSD. NVMe's to me are just NVMe's.
Because I mean, it really depends on the context and who you're talking to, because they're both solid state storage.
Right.
They're both a solid state disk. So they're both technically SSD.
But you
the
also
connection
have,
method is different.
but you have M.2 SATA and you have M.2 NVMe, right?
Yes. You also have regular SATA
Right.
SSDs.
Right.
You also have U.2, which are NVMe with a physical plug, like a cable.
Right.
So yeah,
be specific, Donovan.
I know. Fuck me.
an
Right.
M.2 2280 NVMe SSD.
Think a little before you open your mouth.
Yeah, I know.
I think it
Jeez.
impacts both.
Yeah. But you start writing large files, massive amounts of data,
Shame on
and
you.
it just borks the damn things. So
And that was a security update.
that was, well, it was a Patch Tuesday thing, I think. I'm not sure if it came out last week or if it came out yesterday, but I started seeing the videos on YouTube yesterday.
Well, according to the article here in front of me, it has been out for about a week.
Okay, so it was last Tuesday.
Let me see when this article dropped. 12 hours ago. Well, it says updated 12 hours ago, so who knows? So about a week.
About a week.
Oh, that's not whatever it is. I probably should get the KB article and or the KB number and block it.
Block it, yeah.
I haven't
KB
installed it anywhere yet.
5063878. There you go.
Yeah.
Got you.
Look it up.
506-3878.
Yes, actually.
867-5309. Hey, Sam, you still with us?
Yeah. I was in on that.
Even I was in on that.
I was wondering. Anyhow, so what is this?
The analysis says don't be alarmed, but be cautious. I mean, installing a big update, that's just like installing Call of Duty and it's 157 gigs of patches.
Mhm.
You could install Call of Duty and then your computer just dies.
I prefer Call of Booty.
I think that one got taken down.
You know what? I'm going to skip this. I don't give a crap about Windows updates.
Well, the thing is, it's like people who are forced into Windows 11 updates, suddenly their computers start dying because Microsoft forces an update down that you, for most people, can't avoid because you can't
Right.
turn off updates normally. And so it's like, what do? Microsoft's like, upgrade.
Mhm.
Everyone has to upgrade. And then they do shit like this.
My issue is that I currently think that the thing I keep all my external data on, because I don't put everything on one hard drive on my computer, I can't remember if it's a solid state drive or not. And that's where I put all of the big files. So now I am sitting here in existential crisis trying to figure this out.
Yeah, and you're running Windows 11, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't update.
Something about this that isn't clear yet, probably because nobody knows, which is terrifying. Why this happens?
Mhm.
Does it affect USB attached storage? Does it only affect directly attached storage? Does it only affect storage attached in certain ways at certain speeds? Like none of that information seems to be available at this time.
And why is it just solid state and not mechanical spindle drives?
Probably due to the method stuff, right? They're fundamentally different.
Well, I was going to wonder too, is it the fact that basically no machine essentially comes with a spindle drive anymore unless you add it for?
I don't think it's that, because think about it. A physical spindle drive, you attach with a data cable and it uses like SATA commands.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas solid state disks have the option. Yes, you can still talk to them in SATA, but they also have the ability to talk like more controller to controller, especially NVMEs. You talk to those over PCI Express.
Right.
And one of the things in here is Phison controllers seem to have a higher incidence of failure.
And these are what?
Phison. They're a very, very, very popular SSD controller manufacturer.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Sounds German.
I think it's Taiwanese or something.
It's not American, which means it's probably going to get a tariff.
Already has one, probably. But yeah, they're a very common controller. They're in USB flash drives. They're in your SATA SSDs. They're in your NVMEs. They're in your closet. Like, they're everywhere.
So they're like Realtek.
A lot like that, yes.
They're everywhere. Okay.
You've probably never seen them, but they are everywhere.
Foxconn.
A lot like that.
Yeah. There's a Foxconn in my... You got your Foxconn in my Realtek.
There's a Foxconn in my boot. Anyway.
All right. Well, basically, the other article that we actually have in the list was talking about how I love this. In what must be the most thrilling Windows update story of 2025, Microsoft is apparently offering a last chance security update for Windows 10 users before the operating system rides off into the digital sunset. I imagine this is like getting one final slice of cake before starting a diet, a bittersweet farewell to your trusted old friend Windows 10 before being forced to embrace the sleeker, yet somehow more demanding Windows 11.
That makes it sound like Windows 10 is just going to die and become a pumpkin at midnight.
Somebody went to journalism school.
Someone probably had ChatGPT write that.
Did Claude do this? I mean, let's see.
Is that the summary?
That's the summary.
I didn't do it.
Well, is it in the actual source material?
I don't know. We don't, because we took out.
Was there not a link to the article?
Yeah, there's a link, but we took out the snarky mode, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, good grief. In my imagined version, Microsoft is probably trying to sweeten the deal with some sort of incentive program, perhaps offering virtual stickers for your desktop or a free digital pet that follows your cursor around, because nothing says, please upgrade your operating system quite like a pixelated puppy begging you to click the update button.
I can confirm it is not in the original article.
I was about to say that was entirely hallucinated.
Well,
it's still funny as hell.
Well, lately we've been sending articles and it thinks it's an article from the future, like a fictitious article from 2025. It is
2025.
I might need to change the system prompt.
You might want to check to see what, inject the current date into the system prompt.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
Some models do that by default.
Or maybe go to a later model, because we're still using the same one we were last year.
What is it, 3.5? What is the latest one?
4.0. You have 3.5, 3.7, and 4.
I think it's
Claude?
Probably 3.5.
Okay. See, I don't keep up with those. I just know where we are on GPT.
Yeah, I don't either.
We're GPT 5. Shit is what we are.
Yes. I saw that they'd had retired all of the previous versions of GPT except 5, and then some people threw a fit.
Oh, I know, because in my app, it comes up and it says, on my PC, it comes up and says, hey, there's an update available. And so I think I did it yesterday on the Mac, and I was using 4.0. I updated and it went to 5. I clicked the drop down. There's only 5. I'm like, son of a bitch.
You can use any model you want, as long as it's 5.
As long as it's 5. Okay. Well, that was an entertaining hallucination then for this article, which the actual article is on Tom's guide. So
I think for some time you'll probably be able to download the individual updates.
Yeah, it's not like they're turning the update server off. But the thing they're pointing out here is the extended update. You have a limited time to opt into that, is what they're indicating. Which I don't have any reason to believe is true, because imagine you're rolling out a fleet of system updates, and something runs a little long. You miss this fanciful deadline. Well, now some of your systems are opted in extended updates, and the ones controlling the nuclear arsenal aren't.
Oh, please tell me they're not running Windows.
They're probably running Windows 3.
One hopes that would be a quick.
All the self checks at Walmart
solution.
probably are still. I remember one day we had a problem whenever I worked there, and someone had to go fix it. I went, "This thing's running Windows." Like, just like it's just a Windows desktop sitting on a self check.
Yeah.
You'll find that most appliances that interact with the general public run Windows.
Yeah, totally.
Because there's so much historical knowledge of how to program for Windows and how to deploy Windows. These companies have huge Microsoft contracts, so it makes sense to just use Windows versus building something greenfield on a durable read-only Linux system that you can just image and deploy in a minute.
Mhm.
Why would you ever want to do that?
By the way, if I had actually read the very first line of this thing, it did tell me, based on the article title and partial content visible, I'll make a silly imagined summary since the full article appears to be incomplete.
So it can't read.
It can't read.
Neither can you.
Apparently I can't either. That's it. I'm out. Bye. I'm just going to start hammering the hell out of that button.
All right, who's in charge now?
Yep.
I
Somebody else.
elect Sam.
Sam, take the
I'm
wheel.
the organized one, sure.
Nah, let me move on. Okay, so the next one is can't pay, won't pay. Impoverished streaming services are driving viewers back to piracy.
Shocking.
This is from The Guardian. So it goes on to say, it says there's a growing trend of viewers returning to piracy due to the increasingly fragmented and expensive streaming service landscape. It highlights how streaming services, which once helped combat piracy, are now inadvertently driving viewers back to illegal methods of accessing content. I love this. It uses Sweden as a key example, being both the birthplace of Spotify, a legal streaming service solution, and the Pirate Bay, a notorious torrent site. While legal streaming services initially reduced piracy rates, recent developments have reversed this trend. By 2024, about 25% of Swedes reported engaging in piracy, with the highest rates among 15 to 24-year-olds. Of course, several factors are driving this. Rising subscription cost. Netflix now costs around 15 pounds in Sweden. The need for multiple subscriptions to access previously consolidated content. Yeah. Regional content restrictions requiring VPN usage. Yeah. Modern piracy has evolved. 96% of illegal content consumption now occurring through unlicensed streaming rather than traditional downloading, which I know that there are those out there because there are services, boxes that you can get. What is the one? There's one that starts with a K.
The Cody boxes.
The Cody boxes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look, I don't necessarily advocate to do something illegal, but
Of course not.
Our lawyers tell us that we cannot advocate for you going to Sweden and pirating things.
Right. Exactly. All I can tell you is that if you can't afford these exorbitant price, I mean, Netflix was got to $25, which is the reason why I dropped it, but I still watched Wednesday because I went to a friend's house, as we discussed previously, and watched it on their Netflix account.
On their very nice 4K television with the popcorn and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They're a cool friend.
They are. I'm looking at dropping. I'm looking at dropping Peacock because they're going up $3. So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the thing here is, it's like, oh well, piracy started going down because these streaming services offered a very good value proposition. Like when Netflix was the place to go, you could spend $7 a month and access practically everything you could possibly want.
Yep.
It was a great proposition. It was affordable. It had what you wanted. But that has been eroding consistently and continuously since the mid-2000s, mid-2010s at least, when companies started going, oh, I want a piece of that pie. Well, we can do our own streaming service and put our stuff, so you have to pay us instead of Netflix.
Yep.
And so now there were 2 streaming services, and then there were 4, there was 18, and now there's like too many for me to count. But now they're all combining again and raising the prices in the process. So eventually we'll be back to like 2 streaming services, and it'll be $57 a month. But they've ruined the value proposition.
They have.
Because even if you pay for Disney or Peacock or Hulu or HBO or whatever they're called nowadays, it's, oh, I have 1 show over here, 3 shows over there. This one's not available in my country. This one was available last week, but they've deleted it because of licensing issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, they're removing all the stuff we want to watch and making us charging us more than ever. And then they wonder why people go and pirate the stuff that they want to watch.
You know the one that's got the best value proposition for me?
The Pirate Bay.
I don't even use Pirate Bay. There's other ones out
But yeah,
there.
it's not the only bay.
Lime Torrent is the one that I think has been the best, because years ago, whenever I would try to use Pirate Bay, half the time it wouldn't work because they were playing whack-a-mole. It was like, shut it down here, shut it down there, it'd pop up over here and there.
Editor note, cut the section.
Yeah. But I go there for ISOs. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the Pirate Bay still has pretty good Linux ISOs, the solid latest Debian distributions.
Exactly.
And Arch Linux.
12, whatever. But no, the one that actually...
13 now.
13's out?
It's in preview.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, they have the really good ones.
The best value proposition for me is Amazon Prime.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
And that's because along with that, shipping and everything else, I do get to watch some shows on there that I like. The one I've been watching is Countdown, which has been a fantastic show. But of course, I'm a Jensen Ackles fanboy, and he stars in it. And for those who don't know who Jensen Ackles is, Supernatural, played Dean Winchester. So, but the other ones, I pay $19.99 for the Disney/Hulu combo, and Hulu as a separate app, we've discussed, I think previously, is going away in a year. It's already a tile in the Disney app, but you can still get to Hulu separately. But in a year, that app's going away completely. And the only way to get to Hulu content is going to be in the Disney app, and probably is going to go up in price.
I feel like we're slowly trending back towards a capitalist dystopian version of cable.
Yeah.
Because previously, it's like you had independent systems that all carried the same channels within reason. But now what we're doing is we've moved to streaming generally, except all these services are getting combined and merged, and we'll just have effectively cable, but it'll be owned by a private company.
Well,
one.
Yeah.
I think Amazon is doing that now, because I can go into Prime and I can add Showtime to my subscription.
Yeah.
I can add HBO and several other providers. I can sort of consolidate that way. That's just like adding a package to cable.
But you can't add anything from Disney.
No, I'm not saying it's perfect, but you could add those bonus packages, whatever's available.
You can do that with Peacock.
But then still, as far as I know, Amazon Prime doesn't have any live content.
No, they don't.
So,
well, Amazon has Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
they have the
only
football
on Thursday nights.
It was a huge deal when that came out.
That's right. That's right.
A year or two ago was it?
That's right.
The serious fans had to get a Prime subscription just so they could watch that one game a week that they couldn't watch otherwise.
Don't worry. A birdie has told me just how much on fire everything is every time that comes around. How much people internally start scrambling to just make sure that things work.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently football's a big deal.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
It's like working at a payment processor on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Black Friday. I forget there's one other day of the year we just froze.
My birthday.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, I have to hope that the people who are monitoring all of that stuff get, either some nice days off or paid well. Because I would not want to be the on-call for whoever is in charge of like network services or something another inside of Amazon.
No.
Because I'd be like, oh, we missed 3 packets. It's like, oh, red alert.
Hey, I remember back when, oh shit. What is the name of that damn competition show, the singing show?
The Masked Singer?
Masked Singer.
No.
American Idol?
American Idol. So I remember back a couple of decades ago, because American Idol's been going for too fucking long.
Still going.
That's my point. And it was carried on. Is it still carried on Fox? I think it's part of.
It's on ABC now.
Okay, well,
you'll have to find someone who pays attention.
Fox 31 was the channel here locally that carried it. Fox 31 on one night went off the air for some reason, and my tech support at CityNet melted. because people were calling, because if it went down, we weren't getting it either.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, really? You guys are losing your shit over the fact that you can't see one episode of this fucking show that airs, 3 times a week? 4 times a week? It was like every damn night there was an episode of, and I mean, I get it. It was live because you had to do the live voting and all of that. But for whatever reason, I think it was Fox 31's, their feed went down. And of course, it went down for everybody. Mediacom couldn't get it. We couldn't get it. But people were raising holy hell. I can't see I paid good fucking money, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, then why don't you call Fox and bitch at them? Don't bitch at us.
They don't know that the magical TV man doesn't control the channels.
Yeah, I know. It reminds me of the story of the lady I believe it was in Texas, and she was watching, it might have been American Idol there too. This is completely unconnected, disconnected story, but it just goes to show you how asinine and selfish some people can be. So I believe it was in Texas, and they preempted the show to talk about a tornado that was coming through like 50 miles away or something like that. And the way I remember the story went is the lady called up the local television station that she was watching and was raising hell as to why they were preempting her show. And they were like, ma'am, there is a tornado. There's a massive weather event that's happening in this city, which is in our DMA. And she's like, but that's like 40 miles away. What has it got to do with us? I want to see my damn show.
Cared more about the television show than other people's potential loss of life and property.
Yeah, she didn't give a shit about the fact that a tornado was probably killing people 40 or 50 miles away. She wanted to watch her damn show.
This sounds exactly like something I would see on Twitter.
Yeah.
That didn't end the way I thought it would.
You thought she was going to get taken out by the
Oh,
tornado?
no, she was going to be in the tornado.
She was bitching to the to the news station, and the line went dead. Her trailer was flying across the interstate.
Not this time.
I really was trying to anticipate that, but
I mean, not to be that cold and callous asshole, but that would have served her right.
Yeah.
So, karma's a bitch. All right. Speaking of
well-dressed one, though.
Yeah, can be. This one kind of hits home for me just because of being in the cable TV and the broadband industry for so long. Starlink tries to block Virginia's plan to bring fiber internet to residents. See,
yeah.
I remember back whenever we started, because in the late 90s, there was a big push for municipal and county governments to build their own fiber infrastructures, their own cable systems and what have you, because the incumbents weren't doing it quick enough or they wanted too much money to do it. And so your cities and your county governments, they started building their own infrastructure. Some of them did it did the whole thing like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Others would build the infrastructure in what was called a public-private partnership, where they were like, here's the fiber, come on in, start deploying and delivering these services. Well, your incumbents got pissed and started suing and trying to prevent cities and states from actually being able to provide these services because they called it unfair competition. They were having to compete against the government. Hell, they should fast forward to 2025. So now you've got something similar here where it says SpaceX Starlink is challenging Virginia's plan to expand fiber internet access to its residents. The dispute centers around the allocation of federal grant money under the $42 billion Broadband Equity Access and Deployment called the BEAD program. SpaceX, which is already set to receive $3 million in Virginia state grants, is pushing for a larger share of $60 million. The company argues that Virginia's focus on fiber deployment represents a massive waste of federal taxpayer money and claims the state is showing bias toward fiber infrastructure over satellite technology. You know what? I would too, because fiber is far superior than satellite technology.
In almost every way.
You damn right.
They're biased. They're biased towards fiber. The thing that you can that is once you put it in the ground would pay dividends for the next 25 to 30 years easy.
Yeah, because as technology evolves, we've gone from 1 gigabit over fiber, 10 gigabit, 25 fit. We're now pushing the backbones are pushing 100 gig or more.
Hundreds.
Yeah, you can't do that with satellite technology. At some point, those satellites have to be replaced.
And even beyond that, something that fiber brings is each strand of fiber can fit effectively the entire electromagnetic spectrum within itself as light across multiple wavelengths. And then you do multiple strands. And so basically you can have orders of magnitude more bandwidth down a standard 12 pair, 24 pair, 48 pair trunking fiber.
Right.
Than you can any amount of satellite technology or even terrestrial radio.
I mean, that's like the fiber that ties this building to the house. Right now it's 10 gig between here and there. If I wanted to, I can just change it. Well, I'd have to change out the switches, but I could upgrade to a switch that would accommodate it, and I can just change the SFPs to go to 25.
25, 40. Heck, you could probably run InfiniBand over the damn thing.
Yeah, and I don't have to change out the fiber. It's, until unless I accidentally try to cut it while I'm replacing the boards in the back of the thing. But anyway.
Never would have done that.
Yeah, never. So for them, anyway, so the conflict has been intensified by the Trump administration's recent revision of BEAD program rules, which now require states to adopt a tech-neutral approach rather than prioritizing fiber networks as previously established under the Biden administration. Virginia's plan currently allocates $613.3 million to serve 133,472 locations, and significant portions going to fiber providers like All Points Broadband, which is $171.4 million, and Comcast, $146.4 million. Virginia officials defend their decision by citing geographical challenges, including dense tree coverage, varying terrain, and the need for reliable service across diverse landscapes. They express concerns about satellite service capacity limitations and potential service degradation due to line of sight issues.
Yeah, that's something that's part of this is, Virginia went, yeah, fiber probably is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rules changed, just like technology neutral approach. So Virginia went, all right, let's go look. They went, all right, fiber, terrestrial radio, LTE, 5G kind of stuff, Starlink, and went, yep, fiber's still the best option.
Yeah, when you get mountains and pine trees,
yeah,
it's fiber.
And the other thing that Starlink's response, they're like, look, we can cover absolutely everyone in your entire service area. Why aren't you paying us money? First off, Starlink cannot offer the bandwidth that fiber can.
Correct.
Even the whole 100 by 20 that they're targeting. Starlink can barely offer that in most service locations. And the thing that they don't seem to be realizing, sure, one person on one satellite can get 500 megabits easy. Two people on one satellite won't get 500 both at the same time.
No.
They do not have the capacity to provide 100 by 20 to all 130-something thousand people or whatever. And they're claiming that, oh yeah, we can serve every location. Sure, is every address in their serving database? Probably. But the bandwidth divided by the people equals less than dial-up. And I would much rather have fiber than SpaceX dial-up.
Yeah, you remember what the FCC designated broadband. It used to be 25 by 3. And then it got upgraded to I want to say 100 or 200 by something.
I think it's 100 by 20 now.
They want the Trump administration wants to reduce that back down.
In 2025, they would think that 25 by 3 is adequate.
I don't know if they want to go back down to that, but they want to reduce it because think about it. His buddy Elon then, no matter how shitty the Starlink service happens to be, would still classify as broadband.
Yeah, I think I heard the claim that, because I just looked it up, it is 100 down by 20 up is the current FCC definition of broadband.
Right.
And so it's like, oh, well, if a service can't supply 100 down by 20 up, it's no longer broadband. The claim is that's unfair, anti-competitive. What that says to me is your service is garbage.
Yeah.
if you cannot provide 100 megabits down by 20 up in 2025, you don't deserve to be called broadband, because even VDSL can do 100 by 20.
Yeah.
If you're getting owned by DSL, your service doesn't deserve to operate.
Now, I know Sam sent us a picture the other day of a friend of his. This guy's Starlink.
Literally where I was headed, Donovan. Did you see me scrolling through a message trying to find?
Well, I was going to bring it up anyway because I had remembered that, and I know it was over 200 down and like 28 up or something like that. So
it was exactly 299 down and 28 up.
Okay.
Over what service?
Starlink. Yeah.
Is this a populated area?
No.
I don't know, where is it at?
Williamsburg, Kentucky.
So no, not populated.
Yeah, so
But even
Screw you too,
All right,
Tyler.
so- I've been wanting to bring this up. I did drop my Starlink service because I wasn't using it for.
Yeah.
I wasn't using it $120 a month worth.
that's the other problem, but continue.
My friend got it because the cable company literally refuses, because like cable companies are wont to do, go this far to
Yeah.
give him service.
Because it cost them
And since it's audio,
$20,000 to do it.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
so they don't want to do it. So that was his choice. It was either stay on like dial-up internet essentially, or get a satellite. So he got a satellite.
So if I wanted to turn my service back on, I would have to pay right now. I would have to pay a congestion fee.
Were you like grandfathered under?
Yeah, I mean, I just have the same subscription for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But if I were to resubscribe right now, I'd have to pay. It's like a one-time $30.
I remember
But
that
still,
because this area
if they're
we're
running
congested.
into congestion problems right now
Here?
here, there's no way.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too because they were running these specials about how you could get the equipment at half price and all for the longest time. And then I went and I looked up our address because I was curious. I was like, okay, because I was looking at it for a myriad of reasons, maybe as a backup for potential clients and things like that. Or would I want to use it as a backup here whenever our main one was going down? It seemed like almost every week. And I noticed that too. It was like, you're in an area that is congested. So there will be an additional one-time fee of whatever it was, like you say. And I was thinking, are you kidding me? In South Central Georgia, in Tifton, Georgia, that has less than 15,000 people. The county-wide has 44,000 people. And you're telling me that this area is already congested?
Mm-hmm.
Your service sucks.
But it's better than anything available.
That is true.
In some places.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. And I'm not knocking people that decide to go that. This isn't about people and the choices that they make. This is about the company itself getting butt hurt because a far superior technology is preferred in an area and they're going, but you're not being fair. We're just as good as fiber. No, fuck, you're not.
No, that's like whenever when fiber was getting Verizon Fios was like the first, fiber's great.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had folks like Comcast complaining that they're like, no, fiber's not that good. We can be good on cable. And it was never good. Like, oh, yeah. Fios offering 100 by 100 because that was super fast at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And Comcast going, our 300 by 3 is amazing. You get 50 gigs of data.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Another funny point about fiber and ISPs. About what year was fiber run in my neighborhood?
2007, because you're the first neighborhood that I built fiber to the home, but it was RFOG at the time. So
but the fiber was still in the ground.
We put the fiber
in the ground up to my house.
2007 6 or 7.
So it laid there almost 20 years before I could go direct fiber.
Yeah, because before that it was RFOG. It terminated into a mini node and then converted over to coax, which was still cable modem, but still.
I know it's a better connection, but
yeah, you're right. I get your point. It took it basically almost 20 years to actually start utilizing the damn fiber the way it really needed to be.
And that also shows the future longevity of it.
Yeah,
because that fiber, as long as it doesn't succumb to a backhoe, then that fiber will be there operating just fine. It's glass.
Yeah.
And so we can shove down whatever the new fangled technology is down it.
Well, it's like this neighborhood. This neighborhood was RFOG. And of course, when I found out that you were like, I need something faster, and they're like, oh, let's see what we can do. And I'd been trying for 3 damn months to do it. We talked about this on a couple of the first episodes of this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got to the right person, and they're like, oh, yeah, we can light that area up. And I'm like, you just built right down the road. What about this? It's just, and I remember, I'm not going to say any of their names, but I remember one of the supervisors talking to the sales guy and going, sell it. All we got to do is flip a switch. And I'm like, I've been trying for 3 fucking months.
Oh, it's probably years ago they could have done it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once it became True Vista is when they really started going, actually just deploying, because Clearwave was coming in and kicking their asses is what was happening.
Hey, competition's good or something.
I know.
Mm.
You still can't get residential fiber from Mediacom as far as I know, but yeah, continue.
So to add capacity to a fiber network, you may rack some switches, spin up a few management VMs.
Put a couple splitters in if you need to.
Yeah.
To upgrade, to expand capacity with Starlink, you've got to launch a goddamn rocket.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more complicated.
And expensive.
And quite expensive. And sometimes they just fall out of the sky.
Yeah. In HFC, if you wanted to add capacity to it, then you have to do what's called node splits. And if you built your system at a 750 megahertz and not an 860 or a 1 gig, now you got to go through and completely change out all the nodes, all the amps, all the line extenders. You basically have to rebuild the whole damn network except stringing the fiber. So if you're going to do that, you might as well just take those pieces out of it and start putting in fiber splitters and going passive optical networking, which is what we are on now, PONs.
Which there's something else I would like to touch on about fiber, which they don't mention. You know what? They mentioned is, it should be technology neutral.
Yeah.
You know what is one of the most neutral technologies available?
Fiber,
because you don't have to send internet down it. One of the things you can send down fiber? Cable television.
Yeah.
You can send down cable TV and internet over the same fiber if you really want to.
And porn.
Especially porn.
Well, that's not a separate protocol.
It needs to be.
But to you.
I need the porn protocol.
But, just because like cable, standard broadcast cable, and internet are the 2 things we send on fiber, that doesn't mean that in 15 years we'll have something else, or we won't have something else that we can send down this fiber network if we build it now. Whereas that thing won't go over Starlink because you know what doesn't go over satellites? Cable.
Not in that way. Yeah. I mean,
data satellites do not send traditional broadcast of any sort. They are exclusively geared towards data packets.
Well, and I mean, if you look at the fact that even with the HFC setup, we were converting it. We weren't converting it necessarily into data, but we were doing like RF over glass.
Which is just modulation.
Yeah, it was just being modulated.
You're basically taking the radio signal, turning it into light, and then at the other end, you're turning it back into a radio signal. It's hands off effectively. And one last thing on the Starlink, the whole congestion. I looked up, what area does a single Starlink satellite cover? First off, Google tells me the Wi-Fi square footage, which is useful. A single Starlink satellite beam covers an area on Earth of roughly a 15-mile diameter circle. This is roughly 177 square miles of space covered by one satellite.
Wow.
Imagine the number of people in 177 square miles in a populated city.
Yeah.
And they think that they can deliver 100 by 20 to every single one of them at the same time.
Hey, remember, their goal is to have over 40,000 of those damn things in space.
Well, they keep falling out of the sky, and before long, we won't even be able to see the stars anymore.
Yeah. I think they have like 7,000 up there now or something. I forget the number.
I don't know. You have a few fall out, you'll have somebody screaming, there's a hole in the satellite layer.
and also, let's not forget that, these satellites are doing things they weren't supposed to do, and they're leaking radio waves and just into radio astronomy bands, and
they're
succumbing to gravity,
and they're blocking the traditional optical astronomy that we're having to use algorithms to try to remove because they're bright as hell. So they're doing all sorts of bad things while providing mediocre service that is useful to some people.
And it's getting even more crowded because Amazon's putting their own stuff up too.
Yeah, that's the thing. We only have so many layers of space to put all this stuff in.
What you got?
Around here, population density is about 59.5 people per square mile. So 177 square miles would be 10,500 people.
On one satellite.
If everybody had the service. Yeah.
Yeah, if everybody had the service.
Well, you know, if they're doing this for like Virginia, for example, they're trying to spin up 130-something thousand people.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
No.
it's not going to happen.
So yeah, fiber good. Starlink stupid.
So does 100% of those 130-something thousand homes have no choice? have no available service?
Apparently.
There can't be that much of a gap.
I don't
Unless
know.
that's 131,000 statewide.
It's 133,472 locations. So
Still, the scaling doesn't seem to make sense there
No.
when fiber
No.
would scale so well.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Put 96 pair fiber everywhere you go.
It'll hurt, but
It's good investment.
it's good to have dark fiber.
Yeah, look at it's an investment over time because that fiber you lay now, you will still be using in 30 years.
So the dot-com boom at the end of the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
there was a bunch of dark fiber, like undersea,
Mm-hmm.
across hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
I bet that's what they're using now
Probably.
for a lot of communication.
I mean, look at all the investment that we did in the fiber in starting in 98 and 99. Every bit of that fiber is still being used today, whether it's still being used for HFC or it's been converted over to fiber to the home.
And that's the amazing part. You just can use the exact physical fiber to switch systems entirely.
Yeah. Just,
The fiber doesn't care.
you want to go PON, you just throw in a splitter, an 8 or a 16. And now, you can do, like out here, I think there's 2 8s or something to cover this entire neighborhood, I believe. But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm sure we could beat this to death, but yeah,
we could.
they're being stupid. They're being greedy.
Yeah. I mean,
Fiber all the way.
fiber is preferred. Starlink is number 2 if you have no other choice, and HughesNet can fuck up right off.
You're missing something. Fiber's number 1. I would take cable modem second.
Oh yeah, cable modem.
I would
for
take
sure.
cable modem second. I would take a solid DSL third.
Nobody does DSL anymore though.
Yeah, they do.
AT&T does not. They don't deploy new DSL.
AT&T isn't the only company.
I don't know who else would deploy it though.
Remember 3 years ago over in Fitzgerald, they still do DSL. Not that it matters now because everyone has fiber, but
Yeah, that's true. That was Windstream. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's
Well,
on the way out.
it wasn't called Windstream anymore.
Oh, it's Kinetic.
It was like Kinetic.
Yeah.
And they do DSL and they offer like 120 by 70 or something.
Yeah. From my understanding now, they have totally switched over to Adtran units because Windstream / Kinetic in Nashville, that's all they do is they use the same Adtran units that we've got in our houses.
But regardless, if there's still an area that has some great VDSL 2+,
Oh, yeah.
I would take it over Starlink.
Yeah, I agree. All right, real briefly, let's touch on the absurdity of Perplexity offering to buy Google's Chrome browser for $34.5 billion when the company itself is only valued at, what was it, 17 billion?
18.
$18 billion?
Half.
So they're offering more money than they're offering double the amount of money than they're worth for the browser. This is stupid.
Like whose other pockets are they raiding?
That's
Because
probably not going to be disclosed.
I'm going to channel my inner Tom Merritt and say this was publicity.
Well, yeah.
This wasn't a serious move. A lot more people are saying Perplexity now than said before.
that is true, but they have also said that they were good for the money. Whether or
Well,
not,
I'm sure they were if they needed to, but
I don't know. I feel like they were lying. They're an AI company. All they do is lie.
And hallucinate.
I mean, remember
They hallucinated the money in their bank account.
Elon Musk said he'd buy Twitter for $44 billion and then didn't want
Damn
to.
it,
And
he had to buy it
everything's
for 42, I think.
Yeah.
and then everything's been worse ever since. So maybe we should have let him out of the deal.
Well, he said
And we should have. Then Grok could have grokked off.
I forget whether Elon or one of the companies offered to buy OpenAI for 90 something billion dollars.
Yeah, I forget.
That was just a stunt to go, when they turned it down, that was to show that no, it's worth more than that. If you've turned down $93 billion or whatever.
Well,
That's not what this is, though. This is, you're buying a browser.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean,
they want to buy a browser
it's
to shove all of their AI stuff into it.
yeah.
But
I mean, the reason
they
why
getting the
Google is
data with
having
it?
to sell the browser is because I think it was the EU that got in a fuss, and now they have to sell the browser, otherwise they're a monopoly.
Well, they don't have to sell it, not yet. What the stuff is still being worked out through the courts, but even here in the United States, I think it's the FTC.
Oh, that would be that.
Yeah, the FTC is basically saying that they are a monopoly and that they need to split out their ad business, their email business, and their browser business. And one of the things about the browser was it could either be an independent company or y'all could sell it, one of the two. I'm going to make a prediction. It ain't going to happen.
No.
Nothing happens.
I don't expect Google to get broken up at all.
Nope.
Because part of it is not that I'm happy about the monopoly they have because they just keep shittifying everything. None of their products work independently.
Yeah.
You could not spin off Google Chrome as an independent company and it not go bankrupt in a year.
Yeah.
Because Chrome doesn't make any money. Chrome is the vehicle to serve Google's ad business.
And to get to YouTube and all of that other stuff.
Well, barring that, like Google uses it. It's a loss leader.
Yeah.
It can't operate on its own. It's like Gmail can't operate on its own unless they offer Gmail Plus subscriptions or something another.
Yeah.
You can't offer a free service like that unless you're using all the information you're gathering for something else. And all that information they're getting from us goes straight into advertising. That's the only way any of these services have operated this long and will continue to operate. If they get broken up, Gmail dies, Chrome, what Mozilla buys it?
I mean, Chrome becomes Firefox, basically. I mean, and the only way I think Firefox is still existing is the fact that, don't they have VC funding or something that keeps pouring money into Mozilla? They don't have an ad business. I don't know how they make money.
Their financial situation's odd.
So, yeah, I don't see it ever happening. I mean, people look back at what happened with Microsoft back in the day, and we see how long that lasted. It was like, oh, you need to make it where you can install another browser and all of this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
They did more than that. They were required to document the API surface that they used within Windows to integrate Internet Explorer into the operating system.
I mean, that's fair, but it really didn't amount to anything.
Because they did it in 2014. They were sued in 1998. And I've seen the document, how they documented it. They basically went, here's a list of functions, have fun.
I mean, they did what they were told to do.
Their job and it would have been done today.
The bare minimum. And that's the thing. You know, half those functions aren't in anymore. Windows,
yeah.
Because they really covered how they integrated with Windows 98. That is useless in 2014.
The good old 98.
Because think of Active Desktop,
yep,
browser engine. Windows Explorer, browser engine.
Yeah.
Which I did think as a child that it was really cool that I could type a URL into my File Explorer box and I'm browsing the internet in my File Explorer. I thought that was the coolest thing.
I mean,
I go from my C drive to Google.
I thought it was pretty cool too. All right. Reddit is restricting its availability to the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine.
Dumbasses.
So, yes, whatever.
Just being bitches.
Because the thing is, they went, oh, AI stuff is reading our content. We can make money off of this. So they cut deals. But then they went, oh, well, the companies that don't want to have deals with us, they can just scrape the Internet Archive.
Yeah.
And so they went, well, I guess we're terminating the Internet Archive.
Because you stole our data that we made public to everyone on the internet.
I mean, it kind of
Google scraped, and every fucking web crawler before AI had access to. What?
Well, because now with AI, they're taking and they're incorporating all this information as training data. And so the AI is basically stealing your stuff instead of linking and attributing you to it.
So that nobody sees ads on your website. They just get what they were looking for.
There's also no community access. You're not seeing other relevant posts or anything like that. It's because that's the thing. All of these AI, they're using it for training data. It's different than ChatGPT telling you to go to a Reddit post because that's where it tells you how to restart your Linux computer or exit Vim. So I kind of get where they're getting at about not wanting people to do that, but you can't sell it to some and give it away for free to others.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be consistent.
Well, I got, not that I was ever an avid Reddit user anyway, but when they did their whole bullshit a couple of years ago about cutting off the API access, and it's like, if you want to use it, then you're going to pay, some astronomical damn fee
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to be able to do it.
That was one of the steps towards irrelevancy.
Yeah.
Because you said when they put the bullshit, I was about to ask which time.
The business was built on the content and contribution of the users. That was it. Without the users, you had no business. And then you're like, but, this is our bucket and we're going to do whatever the hell we want to with it. And you're just here out of courtesy. And therefore, you're going to pay to have access to this content that we don't actually do anything with other than have a framework to allow people to post stuff and reply. And it's a glorified fucking forum is all it is.
And be mean as hell to each other.
Yeah.
And it kind of became a case where, well, anything you post on Reddit, you have to accept will be used to train AI. You lose all your rights to everything you post on there. And in a similar vein, unfortunately, Stack Exchange is heading a similar direction.
Really?
Yeah, because they cut a deal with, I think, Google to allow Google to use all their content and everything you post for AI training, but they ban AI answers. You aren't allowed to use AI to answer a question, but all of your information, all your homegrown answers are being sent to Google for training their AI.
They just don't want the snake to eat its tail.
It's going to happen anyway. But people were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, well, we didn't agree to that when we were doing all this.
Yeah.
And you aren't, if I remember correctly, you also aren't allowed to sabotage your own answers. Because like if you posted an answer and then you're like, well, I don't agree with this, you're not allowed to go back and remove them.
Wow.
And people, once they announced that, it's just been this downward trend of stuff.
Participation's going.
Because I want to say, it's been a minute since I've been there. I want to say, though, that they've started adding their own AI summarization stuff to the platform. And it's like, guys, y'all are inshittifying yourselves.
I can't remember the last time I actually wound up on Stack Exchange.
You're not a software developer.
No. Used to, years ago before this whole AI boom, whenever I would Google, a lot of the things, like if I was running into, I was trying to do something in Proxmox or I was trying to do something in Linux or whatever, I'd wind up on a Stack Exchange post.
Or like server fault.
Or server fault. Yeah, one of those.
Those are part of Stack Exchange.
So,
Stack Overflow is the coding.
Somewhere in that ecosystem.
Yeah, but I would wind up in that ecosystem and usually get my answer. But now that all the AI stuff, I know it's been at least a couple of years since I've actually been anywhere in the Stack Exchange ecosystem because ChatGPT pulls all that shit and gives it to me anyway.
I was about to say, yeah, you don't really go to any websites. You just take whatever ChatGPT bird feeds you. And
because I bounce back and forth. Like I said, ChatGPT is my default search engine. Sometimes I will actually type Google, hit tab, so it'll put Google : and I'll actually search for something. Then I'm still getting a goddamn AI overview.
You can scroll past it.
I know, but
it's the first thing, and
it's
sometimes
the first
the answer's
time
there.
The answer is 9 times out of 10, the answer is there.
I guess I just search different things because I find that the AI summary, coin flip whether it's actually relevant.
Now, it is good that it will give it. I think the summary still will give you links where it pulled some of this from. So
and
you
it
can
straight up lies on half of those too.
Yeah.
Because I've had something and it said something. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. I clicked on the little link, went to the website. What it said wasn't on that page at all.
Yeah.
Like whatsoever. I also had one. I have a screenshot of it on a different computer, but I looked something up and the AI summary boldly told me something was a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Then the highlight, the old style highlight where it'd be like, oh, well, here's this thing. And it highlighted it kind of big, told me something entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
And the highlight was correct. The summary was entirely wrong.
Yeah, I do not rely on Google's AI summary. In my experience, ChatGPT has been more accurate, but it's not infallible either. So
it's funny. Just this morning, I've removed ChatGPT as my default search engine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just want to type 2 fucking words. And I don't want to wait for thinking for a better answer.
Yeah.
I just want the first page because I'm looking for something that I've probably searched for before, and I just want that. Plus, I've got the ChatGPT app open already. I can have full conversation, type real sentences.
What are you using for search?
A DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
And they still have a summary at the top. It's just not as loud, I guess.
Which that's actually something else I've touched on before about using AI chatbots for search.
Mhm.
They are so slow.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's faster.
No, it isn't.
It's not faster.
No,
when I have exactly the terms that I would use for a search, pancake recipe. I don't want to wait 10 minutes for you to spit out a fucking story.
Yeah.
I just want a couple of links, and I'll pick that one at all recipes.
I mean, if you want the story, just go to recipes.com and you'll get the story before you get to the recipe.
Oh, it's 30 pages down.
Yeah.
I've noticed that they've started having a skip to recipe button, and whoever invented that needs a raise.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
But the thing with using these AI models to search things is it can be faster if you're asking something ambiguous or vague. How do I change a spark plug?
Yeah.
Like
a Ferrari or a lawnmower.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It'll give you some stuff. Or if it's something abstract and you ask that, sure, it might be faster for that, because asking a search engine something abstract isn't a document search.
Right.
And so, yeah, sure, the LLMs are better for natural language searching kind of things. But if I want to know how to spell obfuscation, I'm going to half-ass it into Google and it's going to correct me. I'm done in 3 seconds.
I want to know how to pronounce it.
If I type into one of these models, it's going to go off on some fantasy story.
Or write an article.
It's almost like different tools have different uses, and there's no such thing as one tool for all the jobs.
And exactly that. But the problem is this AI technology, the current bubble we're in, everyone is going, this is the one tool for everything. And they're unfortunately breaking the existing tools that worked for certain things and replacing them with these AI tools that are a poor fit.
I mean, even Sam Altman has said we're in an AI bubble.
I've been saying that for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it makes it rough for people like me that try to talk about all the good things you can do with AI, because everyone uses the, bad examples.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I'm not faulting that at all. But it's like, as a person, I'm not playing a card, but this is where I usually go. As a person with a disability who has seen these different things that AI can do for me, I freaking love it, right? But the problem is that then people are doing a bunch of crap they shouldn't be doing with it, things that are morally good and stuff like that and everything. So it kind of makes it rough for me to go, but this has a thing for accessibility if they're also doing a bunch of stuff like that. So
I primarily use it to summarize.
And you can do that entirely locally.
Yeah, if I ever got off my ass and did anything like that. But
it's fun to tinker with.
I pay $20 a month, so I'm using it.
And the thing with kind of going with what Sam was talking about, any new technology, everyone tries to apply it to absolutely everything without considering whether it makes sense.
Yeah.
Electricity was like that. We tried to put electricity in everything. But look at it. Electricity as a base, just force, is immensely useful. It's endlessly useful.
Mm-hmm.
It can be used to save lives. It can be used to end lives. That doesn't mean electricity is wholesale good or wholesale evil. But across everything we've used it for, how it's benefited humanity, it is a net positive.
That's true.
It's because we can work longer now.
Right now, AI is being applied much like electricity in the Victorian era. It's being applied to absolutely everything with zero regard to safety or ethics.
Yes.
And so, yes, we're in the throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks phase. And it's awful because people aren't just throwing spaghetti at the wall. They're rocket launching spaghetti at the wall and saying, look, I have a product.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe to it.
Yeah, and I don't need AI injected in every damn thing that I use. I mean, I'm waiting for AI to be in my toilet, in my refrigerator.
Hey, just tell you if you're sick.
I can do that. I look in the toilet and go, ooh.
And look in the fridge and go, yeah, it was the milk.
I mean,
The Sims made that joke before we did. One of the objects in there is a toilet you can talk to because it was making a joke about all of this. So yeah, that's.
I mean, there's a movie. I don't know if any of you, Ben, you might know it, but Ewan McGregor is in it. Oh God, I think Scarlett Johansson is the other one, but anyway, it's called The Island. Anyway, what it is these rich people would have clones grown of themselves, and these people would be on the island, and they would not. They were fully sentient beings, but they didn't know what their actual purpose was for. And the point that I'm trying to make here is Ewan McGregor's character, when he would get up in the morning, he would take his morning piss in a toilet, and the toilet would come back and it would analyze his urine, and it would tell him this is high, this is high, this is high, and then the system would modify his diet for the day because they were trying to keep them in the healthiest possible condition that it could be. Because if their quote sponsor got injured, they would, like, if their heart, if they got injured and something damaged their heart, then their clone would be taken and essentially killed to take the heart out so that it could be implanted into the sponsor. And of course, by the end of the movie, I mean, Ewan McGregor and the other, I think it might be Scarlett Johansson, but I could be wrong. They figured out, because Steve Buscemi's in it too, and they figured out what they were, that there was a bunch of clones of various, because Scarlett's character, when they get out, they get away from the island, she sees her face up on a billboard. She's actually a very famous model, you know, and stuff like that. But that's what made me think of that is.
This is almost like Severance.
Yeah. But yeah, he would take a leak in that toilet and it would analyze his urine and go, okay, your sodium levels are too high and blah, 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 blah. So you can't have salt today and et cetera.
I think there's a similar system that I've read about.
Oh, probably.
The pee analyzer.
Well, this movie came back in the early.
Maybe they put it in public toilets, and maybe it rang a bell or showed a message or something. Anyway, but there's a Black Mirror episode that's sort of tangential.
Probably.
The dude goes on a, far away in space, but they made a clone to so his wife won't be lonely.
Yeah.
I forget the episode, but
yeah,
it sounds kind of similar to that.
Yeah, and kind of pulling this back to AI for a second. It's like the claim that you see all over the news all the time about AIs replacing software developers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not true.
People are afraid it's true.
But it isn't. And that's the thing. The fear is what's driving the market for that. But as someone in that industry, no one knows how to effectively use these tools. They're not wholesale replacing developers because these tools are not good for anything other than isolated, well-defined problems. As soon as you let one of these loose on a reasonably complicated code base, it gets dementia and forgets what it's doing.
Well, it'll fuck you too. Make backups.
Yeah, it will. And so currently, the only place I've seen it useful across me and my coworkers is for things like writing unit tests for a well-documented, well-built module.
We used to call it, well, not unit tests, but just software testing in general. We used to say it was put a monkey on the keyboard and just make sure that it can
survive that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's QA testing. That's a little different.
Well, still.
But yeah, it's
if you want a monkey on a keyboard, it's going to be that cursor.
I think it's a little more intelligent than a monkey on a keyboard because it can read the code. It can read the code. It can read the comments. It can read the function definitions and can get an idea of what these isolated, well-defined functions are supposed to do. And they can write tests to reflect that functionality.
Yeah. I've
personally had one that read my description, my function names and everything of a module, wrote tests for that, and then found a bug in my implementation. Except it didn't stop there. It went, oh, these tests are failing. It read the code and goes, the code does not match the description of it. Let me fix the tests to reflect the actual code. And I went, no. You found a bug. So I had to pause it. It's over here going, I'm going to delete these tests. And I'm like, pause. I fixed my bug. It was like one line. I had screwed up a line or something another. And I went, don't write that file. Back up. I fixed the bug, run the tests again. And it went, okay. It ran the test and went, oh, good job on fixing the bug. The tests work now. I don't have to do anything. And I'm like, yeah, you go, little guy.
Yeah. I would think it's too confident.
It is.
Even when it's wrong, it never doubts itself. It tells you exactly what the problem is, even if that's not the problem at all.
Which I found it depends on how you prompt it.
Yeah.
It depends entirely, like how effective these tools are depend entirely on how you talk to them and what you ask them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a skill on its own, is talking to people and things. If you're bad at communicating, you're not going to be able to use AI tools effectively. But yeah, it's not coming for any of our high paying jobs in software industry or anything like that anytime soon, because even in that small example, it didn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
It didn't know when to go, hang on, that's not right. It also can't really grasp the larger abstract concepts of a fully functioning system.
Mm-hmm.
Like how all these independent systems work together, how they're all linked to how they link to each other, how they process data. It can't grasp all of that at once.
Yet.
It won't. I'm pretty confident in saying it won't. We don't have enough computational power to throw at it. Because right now, even with systems that boast 200,000 token windows, you can't really use all of that.
Mm-hmm.
200,000 tokens is enough to load all the files of a small Java system in. Like a small single service, you can load about 60% of it into that context window.
Mm.
And then as soon as you ask it anything, stuff starts leaving the context window, system prompt disappears, and it starts just writing poems for you.
Yeah.
So we are a long way off of it being able to comprehend an entire abstract system.
Even if it has full context, it's never going to be curious. It's never going to think outside of that context.
I mean, technically,
it's never going to ask you why you're doing this.
Yeah.
It doesn't care.
Yeah.
So
you have to prompt it to make it ask you.
It's still not curious.
All I can say is, and then we need to move on, but in my own experience, I've had to, I would ask ChatGPT something and it would come back and I would look and go, that's demonstrably false. And I'd say, wait a minute, I know for a fact that this is, X and that is Y. And the funny thing is it comes back, it goes, oh, I'm so sorry. You're absolutely correct. It is this other thing. And I'm like, well, then how did you get the fucking wrong answer to begin with?
I had an experience like that the day Hulk Hogan died. I thought about it later that night and I was like, hit the button. How did Hulk Hogan die? And it's like, Hulk Hogan's still alive. And, and I was like, nah, do your research, bro. Oh, you're right. He passed away in his home in Clearwater of
it's a heart
cardiac arrest.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, you're not curious. You didn't have a single bit of wonder why I was asking you that. You don't care who Hulk Hogan. You didn't ask who he was.
Yeah.
It already knows who he is. He's alive, clearly. One last little thing on the AI thing. It was something I remembered from yesterday that I had an amusing situation with.
Okay.
So I was having to write a document in a specific format at work. And, they're shoving AI stuff down our throats. And so I figured, all right, I'll see. First off, I asked it if it knew what this type of document was, and it confidently said, yes, it was. It did, and it explained what it was. It explained the wrong thing. So that was a great start. But what I did instead was I copied the writing guide.
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, I have the writing guide here. Here's my draft. Read the style guide and tell me what I've screwed up. And so it went, okay, reads the style guide. It read my document and it said, okay, I've come up with a list of critical issues. And I'm like, okay, that's not critical, but okay. Very first item. It said that I'm using my date format wrong. And what I mean by that is the style guide says, spell out the name of the month, put the day in number, comma, 4-digit year.
Mm-hmm.
July 17th, 2025.
Right.
I'm like, okay. And it said, you're using the date format incorrectly. And it said, here's an example in one of your opening lines. And it says, you have written July 23rd, 2025. It should be July 23rd, 2025. Parenthesis. You actually did have this one correct. Parenthesis.
What the
But it
fuck?
took all that time to get there.
It legitimately said you did the date wrong. It should be what you typed. No, it said what you typed is this. The correct thing is exactly what you typed. And then it actually in parentheses, it said in words, you actually did get this one correct in the same line.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, this ain't coming for our jobs anytime soon.
Did it then go, sorry, guy, I've been busy. I've been unfocused lately.
It did the same thing with the time formats. It said, oh, you have to do it hour, minute, AM, PM, time zone.
Mm-hmm.
It said, change 4:07 PM PDT to 4:07 PM PDT, like you already had it. And I'm like, what are you on about?
This is why when colleges were panicking about kids getting papers written, I went, no, this is not going to be a problem. Just wait for it. And they've calmed down a lot all of a sudden because they've realized, because when it first came out, oh my God, the Academia Institute, because I'm plugged into academia where I do like all my veteran study stuff. And my LinkedIn was flooded with a bunch of academics all having panic attacks about artificial intelligence. Now they've all calmed down. I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
The fact that you can literally tell if someone wrote a paper using ChatGPT or any of the other ones.
Because someone that is, and I will give I'm going to do my bit, so I'll back away from the microphone a little bit so don't blow anyone's ears out. You can tell because a person that's lazy enough to write the thing isn't going to check it. There we go.
It's absolutely true. Which related to that, did y'all see the graph of number of tokens processed by ChatGPT dropping off a cliff as soon as summer break started?
No, I didn't, but that makes sense.
I bet we saved gallons of water.
There's a couple of rivers probably.
Yeah, there's a chart that is just like, yep, one of the most valued companies in the world held up by cheating students.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's end on this note. I'm going to skip the articles about Chat GPT 5 because
we just kind of beat that to death anyway.
We don't have a choice anyway.
Although weird, I will say that I read both those articles and went, it's been going fine for me, but then again, all I've been using it for is summarizing documents. So
Me too.
Okay.
Me too. I've really not seen any difference, but my use case is more like Sam's.
I did because I've been experimenting like mad because of this whole second brain thing. Like I'm using it as part of the workflow and everything. I did snap it to thinking mode because I was curious. We're tech people. We experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be danged if telling that thing to summarize something for me, it kind of works better in thinking mode. And I'm patient enough to wait like a minute and 30 seconds.
Yes, they usually are.
It was not bad.
I've never tried it in thinking mode.
I've used plenty of other models in thinking mode, and the difference can be striking.
Huh. I may have to give that a shot.
Because in non-thinking mode, it just takes your input and starts spitting out an output. In thinking mode, it takes your input, spits out its own internal monologue, then takes that as part of the context to output what it wants for you. The results can be higher quality.
Okay,
it takes a lot longer to get an output.
It's a distillation.
I'm going to have to try that.
Oh, yeah. I wanted it to summarize a document that I had in class. That way I could then take just the points and everything, which of course I read it. I'm not doing cliff notes and that's it. Don't people think that I'm shortcutting anything. I'm reading all these things. I just want notes.
Right.
So I ran it through it. And then after I ran it through and it gave me this amazing thing, I went, give me the key terms and the definitions. And that's what took it about 10 minutes to work on. And when it spat it back, it was worth the 10 minutes. Like it was amazing.
Wow. That's the reason why the reservoir in California went dry a couple of days ago.
Okay. Friggin' ChatGPT.
All right. Last story. It's something I had no idea they still provided. AOL to end dial-up internet service after 34 years. AOL will officially shut down its dial-up internet service on September 30th, 2025, ending an era that began in 1991. The Yahoo-owned company says that, and I had forgotten that Yahoo owned it.
Oh, jeez, that's right.
says the decision comes as it retires products optimized for older systems, including AOL Dialer and AOL Shield browser. While surprising to some, the service still had users as recently as 2019, with many longtime subscribers keeping it for familiarity and access to email. The closure marks the symbolic end of a once iconic gateway to the internet.
Which, you know, the general response to this was, as you said, wait, they still offered that?
Yeah.
And I've seen some stuff where some people legitimately were still using it because that's the only provider they had access to.
Yeah.
They had a telephone line and used AOL. That was their only connection to the internet.
Yeah, probably on that second line they had installed in 93.
Yeah, according to this, it said the 2019 U.S. Census estimated that 265,000 people in the United States were still using a dial-up internet connection. That is amazing. I still remember those discs, man. There was a while there that I was getting at least 3 in the mail a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, coasters.
The little display of them at Walmart that you could just walk up and pull a disc out.
Yeah.
Like,
1,000 free hours.
I know, right?
yes.
Yeah. And it didn't really do me much good because I didn't have a local access number to call.
Yeah.
And, and I think they did have an 800 service, but that would like cut your hours in half or some shit. I mean,
yeah, I was in Baconton and I think we dialed into Albany, but
I recently, I say recent, probably within the last 3 or so weeks, watched a kind of a mini documentary of sorts on the rise and fall of AOL, which I thought was interesting because I watched that right before the article started coming out about them canceling or terminating dial-up service. I was like, am I ahead of the curve? But it was actually quite fascinating as a look back. Which,
oh yeah, did they cover the AOL Time Warner merger?
I don't remember. I think it was more of the AOL service, like why it was such a big deal, why it was the internet for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and it covered like the walled gardens and Prodigy and stuff like that.
And CompuServe?
I was going to say CompuServe.
I think they touched on CompuServe.
CompuServe, where GIF came from. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is pronounced with a soft G. GIF.
Yes, a good graphical interface. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And Sam does that just because he knows it gets on my nerves.
There's something, but the whole AOL thing. The comments about it are just like, oh, well, so they're like the last place offering dial-up internet.
Nah, they're not.
MSN has your back. MSN still offers dial-up internet access to this day.
Wild.
It's $21 a month, unless you pay annually, in which case I think it drops it to like $17.99 or something.
Oh, I need to get an adapter for the Sonic wall. That'll be my backup.
Does it take USB? I have a USB modem.
It do. I just have to have a phone line.
Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Tune in for the new SouthGeek series that's doing a project.
I know, right?
I got to call Bell South, I think.
Are they even still around?
I don't know. I'm sure.
No, it's AT&T.
If I call
here.
the number on the box,
I believe it's
somebody will
AT&T
answer
here.
somewhere.
Yeah, you're not going to get a very good connection, I'm sure. At most, you're going to get maybe 33.6.
I bet that's comparable to the $5 Starlink plan.
There's a $5 Starlink plan?
It's like a standby plan.
Yeah,
$5 a month for
not using it.
For not using
basically
it?
not using it. Yeah, very low bandwidth. It's still on, working.
You sipping.
It's like it might be 10 megabit.
I was going to say kilobit. Like,
I'd have to look. It's really slow, but it's $5 a month.
I was going to say 128K dual ISDN.
So what we'll do is we'll set you up an ATA that's routed through Dad's ECS 3CX.
3CX.
So you can dial over your phone line into his system, and his system will route through our firewall to give you internet.
Not if we're both out.
Oh, then you're screwed.
Yeah, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
So just put it on a 3CX hosted in Tampa.
Well, my 3CX is hosted in Tampa.
Well, then get another VPS, host a firewall in it, so you can route the internet.
No, carry on. I'm doing a bit just for you three. No one in audio is going to know I'm doing this.
Yeah, just do that and see. You become your own dial-up ISP just for Ben.
I'm going to have to start recording Sam's video.
How much is that going to be? $21 a month? I mean, can you beat that?
You know?
I mean, probably as long as because if you're not using it very much.
Well, let's see. The VPS is going to be $7 a month.
That's going to eat into your margins.
I know, right?
And also think about the minutely rate we get on the VoIP services, but that's only active when he's dialed in.
Yeah, that's true.
So this would be a backup, so he wouldn't be dialed in very much.
See.
The margins are pretty good here.
Would I would I send him over Amazon Chime or send him over VoIP.ms?
Which one's cheaper?
Actually, I don't know. Because remember the other day when I was going to show you the VoIP.ms, it was down.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's log into this. Nope.
VoIP was working. The SIP trunking and all was working, but their actual website, you could not log in and look at your account.
It went down like, what, a half a second before we tried to log in?
Yeah. I was trying to log in to show him something, and then I was like, wait a minute, do they have a status page? I went to the status page, and it was like, yes, we're aware. Everything is down. It's on fire.
It's like, that makes sense.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here because we're already over the 2-hour mark.
You had me on. That was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, Sam, I'm going to let you give your normal plug because the rest of us, we're nowhere but everywhere at the same time. So where can people find you?
If you want to find me on Twitter/X, have your arguments. I don't care. Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. That's all at TSCN Sam. And you can find all of my content at tscn.tv.
Awesome. If you've got any comments or questions for the show, you can email podcast@southgeeknews.com. You can leave us a voicemail. Go to southgeeknews.com/voicemail. It's a little service I pay for called voicecast.app, I think.
Yeah, somebody call in. The first caller wins a prize.
You get free dial-up service for a month.
No, you don't. I'm not giving you shit.
I'll provide the prize.
Okay, Ben's he's gonna provide the prize. So, yeah, I'd be scared. Be really
a little
scared.
Stuffed version of Donovan Atkinson. It's adorable.
Anyway. Oh God! I'm getting my own Funko Pop. No, anyway. All right. Well, that's going to be it. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. Tyler won't be here.
I shouldn't be here.
He shouldn't be here, but if he is, you never know.
If I'm here in 2 weeks, something has gone wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But at least you'll be here during your birthday.
No, I won't.
I said you would if you were here in 2 weeks.
Oh, I heard will, not would.
Yeah, I meant would.
I was like, what do you know that I don't?
No.
Man's over here canceling my flights for me.
I have paid people off, son. You will be home for your birthday.
Yeah, you will be here.
If I could swing it, I would. Because as it stands, I'll just be in my apartment by myself.
Yeah, I think you'd have more fun here. Anyway, that's it, folks. We appreciate your time. Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash the hell out of that like button.
Somebody call in and leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
Not any of you guys.
Yeah.
Dang it.
SouthGeekNews.com/voicemail.
Cut the voice actor off at the pass.
All right, everybody. See you. Bye. This has been a production of Tifton Media Works. Check out all our podcasts by visiting tiftonmediaworks.com.